Okay, hi everyone, welcome back, and in this video we are going to check out AVAX's price chart. And if you remember, in the previous update I believe we were right around these areas, and I was saying since we are right now around the lower band of this important channel, makes sense for us to get some sort of a move up, and we may be on our way to get that. But so far, at least, the shape of this move does look quite like corrective and not an impulse, which is definitely not an optimistic sign. So again, let me repeat that. In the short term, we may see a move up, but if this is going to be a slow and choppy move, well, okay, at that point you should probably count on some more downward price action. And that is the extent of like very short term analysis that we are going to do today. Now let's zoom out a bit more and see what is happening in this area. You see, if you want to argue we're gonna have our final low around here, let's say this is like a very important support area, then okay, off of the lowest low in this region, you need to be able to find a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave. This specific example is an impulse. Rules for it are we should not have overlapping of the waves between wave 2 and 4, and in any kind of 5 wave, wave 3 should not be the smallest wave. And for the sub waves, 5 wave up into wave 1, 3, and 5. Let's change the color so you can see it a bit better. There we go. And for wave 2 and 4, we can have so many different possibilities. Honestly, it doesn't really matter a whole lot. Let's say maybe, sure, an ABC into our wave 4 and a WXY for wave 2 right in here. There we go. Now let's go on the live chart and see what is happening. And why do I believe we may have in here, instead of like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up, like a much more bullish possibility. Now, in the interest of being objective, we are going to check out the bullish and also the bearish scenario at the same time. And the bearish possibility suggests maybe this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up into an A leg, followed by that. Now I'm going to say maybe this is going to be starting from this high and ending to about this point, a correction into wave B, and this is another impulse up into our C leg. There we go. And you can argue, again, you can just argue that this ABC just got confirmed, since in the last move down in the last couple of hours, we took this importance low about like $19.50. This is definitely a valid argument and our bearish scenario. What about the bullish possibility? Well, you see, in the bullish scenario, I think we can still absolutely say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up, but from this point moving forward, the story is going to be a little bit different. Why? Because I'm gonna argue this is into a wave 1, and then a correction in avalanche started from this point, and the end of it might be right around the current area, possibly I would say a bit lower into wave 2, and then we are going to have a big move up into wave 3 and 4 and 5. Now, for the shape of our correction for wave 2, I believe we can consider the possibility of having, I would say, probably an expanded flat, and it looks like this. This is our initial move down into a correction for wave B, which in this phase we're going to take this high, and then another sharp move down into our C leg, and in it we're going to take the low of our wave A. And for the sub waves, you know it, ABC down into A, ABC, or maybe a WXY up into B. Honestly, it doesn't matter from my point of view. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down into C. Let's go on the live chart and see what is happening. So we talked about this so many times. This is absolutely, in my opinion, an ABC zigzag. And if you want to say this is 5 wave and this is another one, well, okay, you're just having the sub waves for another ABC on the upside. And there is a chance that in here we might be able to find like a 5 wave impulsive structure. But if this is the case, I can tell you, maybe, sure, this is one, and then probably to about this point correction for wave 2, and maybe from here we're like having a series of 1, 2s, which means this move down is actually going to be quite deep into wave 3, 4, 5, and in it, who knows, we may even take this low, but we may not stop there. There's a chance that AVAX is going to go quite a bit more down than that, possibly to somewhere around these regions between like $16 to about $17, and then that can be it, our correction in form of an ABC running flat into wave 2. And what's going to happen next? We are going to have hopefully a huge move on the upside into our wave 3 and 4 and 5. So this scenario is going to, for now at least, be our bullish possibility, and we are not really going to say anymore that we are having like a 1-2 and then this is like another 1 and a 2 but on a higher degree, and soon we're going to get like a huge move up. That scenario still can happen, but it's not really going to be between the bullish possibilities my primary one. For now, I'm considering this scenario, and sure, this suggests in the short term we may see some more pain, but the overall structures is going to remain bullish in here, and in the midterm we are going to see some massive gains. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Avalanche. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.